Good morning, good afternoon. Happy 5:55. It's 5:55 p.m. in Manila. Someone is watching from Hong Kong. Where are you guys tuning in from? Happy Friday. Wow, okay, Cavite. Capiz. London, wow. Dubai. Hi, Bas. See you later. So we have people watching from Nigeria, Hungary, India, Cebu, Bulacan, Manila, QC, Boracay. Wow, ang saya, Boracay. Good afternoon, San Francisco, Bali. Oh my gosh. I want to go to Bali, Japan, Iloilo. Wow, seafood capital of the Philippines. Where is that? I don't know the seafood capital of the Philippines. Missouri, Vegas, Saudi. Ah, Tom, you're in El Nido. Nice. Enjoy your time there. Davao, Bicol, Tayog, Calamba, Laguna. Wow. Hello. And okay, wait, I will be back. Just wait a minute. Okay, I'm back. So, okay. Okay, so today is the last day of Mental Health Awareness Month, May 31. And I'm so happy we had a beautiful morning meditation today at 5 Neo in BGC, and it was just magical. I loved it. We were meditating with the sounds of nature around us. And then there was a kitten. There were a few kittens who were with us. And you know, when you're creating good energy, the animals are drawn to good energy. So I'm so happy we had a very good meditation this morning. And because it's the last day of Mental Health Awareness Month, I would like to just talk about my post about my stand on divorce. I posted what I think about divorce, especially when it comes to mental health. And I want to share the importance of walking away from toxic relationships to protect your mental health, to protect your energy. And a lot of people don't want divorce. They think that when you legalize divorce, it automatically means that we are saying marriage is not that sacred, that marriage is not important, that we are saying marriage is just this thing that we can divorce and we can look for a new partner. I saw someone say a while ago, the bill legalizing divorce, it is for the people who are trapped in abusive relationships, in abusive marriages. If you think that divorce means it's a tool for you to switch partners all the time, then that's your problem. It's not the divorce. It's not the fault of the bill. You understand? So we shouldn't be afraid of divorce. If couples who are not meant to be with each other because they thought at the beginning they were in love, and then later on the relationship turned sour, and now they're projecting their wounds onto each other, then there has to be an option for that marriage to dissolve. We have to correct our mistakes. And we have to accept and admit that we made the wrong choice. And that's okay. We don't know if the marriage is going to work. And I'm sure those couples already tried everything to try to make it work. But at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. So instead of forcing them to stay, because marriage is sacred and we should respect the nature of marriage, and I understand that. But the toxic relationships, they are actually the ones disrespecting the sanctity, the sacrament of marriage. Because they are choosing to stay married, but they are being disrespectful to God by being disrespectful to their partner. Because partners, when they get married, they have to treat each other like they really love each other, like how God loves us. That's how a partnership, a marriage should be. So toxic relationships, toxic marriages, they are the ones disrespecting marriage, the sanctity and the sacrament of marriage. So divorce is actually helping keep the sacredness of marriage by dissolving the toxic marriages. Right? Does that make sense? I hope you can understand it. That divorce is not the enemy. The enemy are the abusive relationships. The toxic marriages, yun dapat yung tanggalin natin, hindi yung divorce. Huwag tayong magalit sa divorce. When the couples who are not meant to be with each other and they finally have a divorce, I promise you the energy in the Philippines will be different. Because there will be more peace. People can finally be free. Jail is not the only place that you can find yourself as a prisoner. Also in relationships, you can find yourself like a prisoner. And we want to have the option to free ourselves because it's our right. We have the right to be happy and to be free because that is how God intended us to be. God did not put us here on earth to suffer. Now there are some people who are challenging this and they are saying no to divorce because if you want to divorce, then you shouldn't have married in the first place. Wow! Are you perfect that you know that you're not gonna make a mistake when you make a decision? Sometimes we make decisions because our emotions were not right at that time. We followed those emotions and then at the end, we ended up making the wrong decision pala. And the reason why people say yes to people that ask them to marry them, but in the end they're not compatible, it's because we don't even know ourselves. We say yes. Like me, I said yes to a marriage proposal because I thought I needed to, because I was already of that age. But apparently, I didn't know myself enough. I said yes to something that didn't really feel right to me. Okay, nag-iiba pa ba yung boses ko or hindi na? Baka kasi nakapatong yung phone. But anyway, the point is, the point here is, it's always better to leave an abusive relationship than to force to stay just because of the sacrament of marriage. I understand that marriage is sacred, and I am Catholic. I treat marriage with sacredness. But I admit that I didn't know better when I was young, and when I received my marriage proposal, I wasn't mature enough. We think that because of our age, we are ready to get married. But if we do not do the work to heal, if we have not done the work to heal, we will not be ready for marriage. So, marriage is a lifelong commitment. And I'm sure, even if the marriage turned sour and it turned into an abusive marriage, the couple still learned something from each other, you know? And it's time to let it go now. There was one who challenged my post and said, you shouldn't have gotten married if you wanted a divorce later on. And always remember the kids. Poor kids. You got married, but the kids can't choose the parent, so please think of them. If you get a divorce, paano na yung kids? And this is what I have to say. Stay for the kids is the worst advice you can ever give to a couple who's already thinking of breaking up. When you try to convince them to stay for the kids, that's the worst. Because the kids don't deserve a traumatic and toxic environment at home. The kids need to grow up in a safe environment. Sadly, some homes are not safe. Some homes are filled with negative energy, abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, domestic violence. It happens at home all the time. And so you want to stay for the kids, but the kids will grow up thinking that being in a relationship means it's okay, it's normal to fight all the time. And in the end, they will attract the same kind of relationship when they become adults. And then they will grow up traumatized and mentally damaged. So is that better for you? Pilitin natin, let's stay for the kids. And then you're gonna cheat na on the side because you're not happy with your partner. Right? So why force yourselves to stay? I left because I already knew that it wasn't working out anymore. And I'm not blaming my ex-husband. No one, you can't say that it's only one person who's wrong. Both of you are just not a vibrational match. That's it. Right? So please, don't resist this change. Philippines is the only country in the entire world that doesn't allow divorce. What does that tell you? It means we are not progressing. Imagine if a lot of couples are finally able to free themselves. There will be more peace. People will be more at peace with each other. People will be happier because they are no longer being forced. Kids will grow up healthier. Right? And here's what I have to say. When divorce finally becomes legal and the couple finally separates, please be mature enough not to badmouth your partner to the kids. Stop that. Stop. Don't badmouth the partner. Heal. When you break up, heal. Do the work to heal yourself so that you can be better parents for your children, especially now that you are broken up. Kasi eventually, you guys are going to co-parent anyway, right? So, wag na kayong magsiraan. Pray for each other. This is what I did when I left my marriage. I prayed for my ex-husband. And I let go of anger. Okay? So, this is how we heal. By actually letting each other grow and allowing each other to grow, not controlling. not holding back. Some of the older people don't want us to get divorced because they weren't able to experience it. Feeling nila madaya. Pero paano tayo mag-grow? Diba? We thank you for all your sacrifices. But now it's time to grow. It's time for the world to change. Alright? So let's do better for our future. Let's take out the negative energy as early as now by approving divorce. Let's legalize divorce so that we can continue eliminating negative energy. The negative energy that is happening between these abusive relationships. Exactly. The kids will be traumatized anyway. Mag-break o hindi. But choose which is better. Yung magstay kayo? Diba? It's better to leave and then just explain to your kids, communicate it with them. But please, don't force. Don't force. So anyway, I'm getting all fired up because I'm just, I really don't understand why we are the only nation in the world that doesn't allow divorce. It's very backwards. We are supposed to be moving forward. So anyway, one more reason why I decided to go live today is so that I can invite you to our yoga classes for the month of June. We have a new series coming up in honor of International Day of Yoga on June 21. So every Saturday of June, we will be having Move and Meditate with Maxine, yoga and meditation classes at M Studio Magallanes, 7 a.m. every Saturday of June. For the first, tomorrow, it's happening tomorrow, Yoga for Peace. The second Saturday will be Yoga for Joy. The third Saturday will be Yoga for Love. And then Yoga for Grace. And then the last one is Yoga for Life. So if you would like to join our classes, you can visit the link in our bio. And yeah, you can register and we hope to see you. We hope to invite you and welcome you into our community. We are a community of self-healers. We like to work on ourselves. We like to meditate and to reflect and to analyze. So, yeah, please join us. Move and Meditate with Maxine. All genders are welcome. We actually have a male who already signed up. But please, limited slots only. We actually only accept around 10 to 15 students per class so that we can really keep it intimate. So please join us. My intention is just to pass the teachings on and help those who are needing help when it comes to mental health and healing. So please visit the link in our bio in Meditate with Maxine. Okay, for those who, of course it's not for free. Is it for free? Kayo talaga basta artista for free? No! Magbayad kayo, hoy! This is your healing journey and you need to invest. You need to pay for that. Because then you will value it even more. Right? So, let's work on our healing and let's invest. And let's pay the people who are giving their energy to help. Right? So, let's all work together. Let's all grow together. For those who are living abroad and can't join our classes here in Manila, please follow Meditate with Maxine and you can stay tuned for our online classes. So we will also be having online classes once in a while. So please join us, Move and Meditate with Maxine every Saturday at 7 a.m. at M Studio Magallanes. And all you have to do is bring a yoga mat, a journal, and maybe a tumbler, right? A tumbler of your own water. So yoga mat, journal, and tumbler. We will be learning, we will be moving the body, we will be meditating and breathing together. So please join us, move and meditate with Maxine. Before I end this live, is there anyone who would like to ask any question? Maybe I can answer, maybe I can share some insight. Is there anything that you would like to ask? I'll try my best to answer. Any questions? Okay, so we have a beautiful question from Byroni Bronwen. How do I know if a relationship is worth keeping? If the relationship feels safe to you, if you feel safe while you are around this person, if you feel like it is safe enough for you to be yourself, that's when you know. When the partner is really consciously working with you, making sure that they are connected to you. I feel the best kind of relationship is a conscious relationship. A relationship between two conscious people, two people who are working on themselves. And so if you feel safe with that person, if that person makes you feel safe to just be who you are, then that's when you know it's worth keeping. But the minute you start changing yourself, the minute the partner starts controlling you, no more. That's a red flag right there. And if you feel like you have to change, you have to walk on eggshells because palaging magagalit yung partner mo if you are a certain way, ayaw niya. Pero syempre, there's always a right way for your partner to communicate with you kapag may nakikita siyang hindi niya gusto. 'Di ba? It's about proper communication. If your partner is just trying to change and control you, that's wrong. But a partner who consciously talks to you and says to you, Max, medyo hindi maganda yung ginawa mo kanina. Medyo hindi maganda yung kung paano mo ako kinausap kanina. Hindi kailangan palagi mag-away, but if the partner can be safe and communicate things with you in a proper and healthy way, this is a relationship worth keeping. Okay? So thank you again so much for joining this live. Okay, so thank you, and please visit the link in our bio in Meditate with Maxine and join our yoga and meditation classes for the whole month of June every Saturday at 7 a.m. at M Studio Magallanes. Please join us. Move and meditate with Maxine. Yoga for peace, yoga for joy, yoga for love, yoga for grace, and yoga for life. So, see you. We hope to see you tomorrow. Legalize divorce.